So here's the story of this amazing building that I found. So I'm driving east on the 90 through New York, heading to Saratoga Springs. And to the side of the road, off to the right, I see this old building. And I'm just fascinated with these old buildings on the East Coast. So I pull off, do a loop, come around, go under the freeway. And there it is, on the corner, this majestic, old, historic building. So I park the van, I go outside and start taking pictures. And this guy comes out and says, hey, can I help you? And I said, I'm just fascinated with these old buildings, and this one especially, with the intricate details around the sides, around the rooftop, the windows. And he says, well, I'm the owner. Can I give you a tour? And that's how I met Davis. Here's our tour of his majestic and very historic building. So we are going to go tour this old building. And the owner came out and said there's an opera house at the top, right up there. So he's going to give me a tour of this old building built in 1878. Let's go see. Hi, Davis.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about this building.
So this building is known as the Starrin Hotel and Opera House. It was built 1878 by John Starrin, who was the founder of the Staten Island Ferry Service and many of the other ferries that ran along the Hudson River and the Erie Canal.
Okay.
I'm a Manhattanite, and I bought this building about a year and a half ago with the idea that I would restore it.
Okay.
And it doesn't really make a lot of economic sense, but it's kind of I fell in love with it, and you know, it's just I'm an ex-stockbroker.
Okay.
And this is my second act, if you will.
Pet project.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fascinating building. I stopped on the freeway just to see this building because it's so intriguing. So
this used to be Philbrook's Market.
Okay.
Which was the local market for years, and so up here on the top is the theater, and all of the rest of it was a hotel.
Okay.
And I have just finished actually turning what was a portion of the hotel lobby into a rental apartment.
Okay, great.
Would you like to see it?
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Okay. It's a little messy, but
all right, here we go. This is fascinating.
So I'm essentially putting back a lot of what was taken out.
Okay.
So this is the first kind of completed apartment. Wow. And this used to be a portion of the hotel lobby.
Okay.
Which is, why you see the very high windows in here. And these had to be restored. You can't remake this.
Right.
This is not something you can just go get an Anderson window.
You can't go to Home Depot and get these.
So this was a very extensive restoration of the window to, put its integrity back. And these are the original pine floors. These are actually everywhere in both buildings. And I had to rip up almost an inch of flooring to get to these. Layers of linoleum, plywood, just everything that they laid down over 140 years.
Wow.
I had to rip it up and then refinish it. So, and this actually was just one big open space.
Okay.
I
just put the wall in?
Yeah, I walled it up, and here's the bathroom over here. It's all sort of, I'm trying to make it look like, it may have looked
back then.
Yeah, I'm using the original tubs.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a 100-year-old toilet in there. I just put new guts in. So this is it. It's
I love the high ceilings.
Yeah, there actually is a drop ceiling in here.
Okay.
It brought it down to almost the top of the window, and that came out, of course, because you can't these windows are too big to have the ceiling like sitting right down top.
Right.
So
yeah, you want to show off the windows, definitely.
yeah. So actually, what you would definitely want to see is on the top floor are the original hotel rooms.
Oh wow.
And they are. It's the only portion of the building that is untouched since close to the beginning of the 19th century. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I'm thinking about. I've had some people come by wanting artist studios, so I'm thinking about that. So yeah, I'm putting back its original thing. The balustrade was gone. I found this. It piled up in another section of the building. There was a wall here.
Somebody kept it.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's a woman behind this. She's around 80 years old. She lives in the mansion of the guy who built this building.
Okay. She
used to own it, and she ran out of energy. She got into her 80s. She had tenants in here for a long time. She recognized what she had. She knew, and she knew the building had to be saved. So she was very meticulous about saving stuff. So up here,
so we're walking on 140-year-old steps.
140 actually. So these are the old hotel rooms.
Wow.
And they even have some of their old wallpaper still in them.
Wow.
If there was any way that I could match this, I would, but the cost would just be enormous to do this. And this has been really cleaned up. When I first got here, probably 1,000 pounds of pigeon crab had to be, taken out of here. Windows are being reglazed so the pigeons can't get in. Mm-hmm. But it's just
it's a project, definitely.
Yeah. I love the deep the deep window.
They don't build buildings like this anymore.
So there's up here really no utilities. There's no plumbing, electrical. See, in here is where she was saving a lot of the stuff. These are some of the original chairs that used to be in the lobby. Old bed frames. I mean, I can't believe someone would sleep on this, but it's still.
You do what you can with what you have.
Yeah, it's. Wow. I'm not really. I mean, I'm going to bring power up here, but I'm not really going to mess with these rooms. I'm going to leave them.
So this should be powered, right?
Yeah. But it's the wiring. It's just 100 years old. Yeah. It's all got to be redone. Right. But whatever happens up here, these rooms are going to, the configuration is not going to change. It's going to remain. This is the original coat of paint. The doors are in amazing shape.
Doors are really nice.
Like they haven't been.
Fixtures like this are very expensive to come by. If you can find them.
It's just an odd, this is pretty spooky. To be honest with you, I don't really come up here. If I'm alone.
Do you think it's haunted?
Only by my. So in this area, I wouldn't recommend walking there. This has collapsed a little bit. Luckily though, it's only this floor and not, so you could see, people would come in here and there actually was just only 2 bathrooms on this entire floor. So you had to leave your room and go to and I don't see any tubs or showers. I think they were taken out, but this is really
there's an intricate maze of rooms in here.
So a lot of rooms were up here, but this is where presidents have stayed in this hotel.
Really?
Yeah. James Garfield was here.
Wow. Do you have any documentation or proof that they were?
There's
that's a selling feature.
The building is very well documented by both the Town Historical Society, as well as if you just Google, Starin Hotel and Opera House, you're going to get a fair amount of stuff that comes up.
Very, very cool. This stuff fascinates me. I love this.
Yeah. So, but I'm thinking, if I can 4 or 5 years down the road, I'm hoping that these will be artist studios. You know, people can rent, you know, pay a couple $100 a month, and rent a space, paint, sculpt, or whatever, and you know, maybe it could become something, you know, like that. So, yeah, I'm actually having to have the rest of these made.
Okay.
Because I ran out. There weren't any more beyond that. So, enormous cost to get this made.
Wow.
It doesn't cost that much to turn it.
Right.
But this is, because then you're not turning it anymore. You've got to carve this out.
Yep.
And you know, I could of course do that without it, but then
It's not going to match.
yeah, it's always something. You know, but with a building like this, it used to go all the way around, and of course I can't really continue down. But I would at least like to get it, you know,
Finish it to where it looks
as much as I can.
complete.
So let's go around and look at the theater. You know, to take a look at this thing, and what we're walking on used to be much lower. Like you could see the entirety of this window when the building was built. It's just really, it sloped way down, and the basement was fully finished.
Oh wow!
You go down there now, there's some lathes and plaster over little spot, but it used to be like probably service staff was down there.
Right.
There were a lot of rooms and everything, but it's gone.
Any flooding problems because of
Yes and no. I mean, this town sits below the water table in many areas.
Okay.
So a very common thing is during heavy rains, if you drive around the main area, you're going to see hoses coming out of almost everybody's basement.
Oh wow!
Because we're all pumping out
Water from the basement.
Yeah. But this basement is fully finished, cemented, everything. No water gets in here. That's on the other side. Because once you get down to the basement, you are, I'm going to say, 12 feet below where we are now.
Oh wow!
And there's just groundwater gets in.
Right.
So on the other side, there's an elaborate system that pumps it right into the house's drainage system. So my neighbor Jerry, he lives.
Who also has an interesting house.
Well, this used to be a drugstore,
Okay.
and it was, I mean, obviously part of this building. See, there's the old.
Oh wow!
The drugstore thing there.
Wow.
And I think that
It was probably a walkway through.
yeah, that went through to here.
Yep.
Or at the very minimum, a staircase, because I love how the two things, you know. So this space here got rented to a guy who does custom woodworking, and he's doing his own restoration of all of this.
Oh wow!
I cut him a deal as part of the rent. He's a very skilled woodworker.
Very cool.
He's doing his own floor work, and you know, so at least that part is off my.
Taken care of. Yep. It's good.
Did you see the courtyard in the back?
No, I did not.
It kind of gives you an idea of sort of. People think it's a monolith, but it's not.
Oh wow!
Yeah. We were just
Up
we
there.
were just up there.
Wow.
And this would be the apartment I was just working on.
Right.
In this area. That was put in, I would say, 40 or 50 years. This sort of chimney here, after the building was built, to when they were upgrading. I think from building was open with gas, and that's like a boiler or something that was added.
1920s maybe?
Yeah, I'd say. When they were putting in a newer, upgraded heating system. So that's my chicken coop, of course, and I'm trying to get some chickens in here so I can get some fresh eggs.
There you go. Industrious.
Yeah, so I love this door.
Yeah.
This door opens, and then those panels, they also open.
Oh wow. That's a unique door. I don't think I've ever seen any.
You can open those and get light and air without opening the whole door.
Or a good pet door. You can open the middle and
really love that door.
What is this? What would that have been?
It was a lift. There was a pulley there.
Okay.
And you could raise stuff up. And I do believe at one point there was a platform across here. This was like a loading area.
Dock. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The boiler was down there. And we were talking about something that weighed, I'm going to say, between 800 and 1,000 pounds.
Wow.
I had 5 guys. We couldn't even budget. So one of them was like, we got to call the Amish. And because they live lives and they have to figure out how to do everything without the benefit of machinery.
They'll figure it out.
And they showed up. They had some huge draft horses. I mean, just they never stopped. They walked down. They took a look at it, talked amongst themselves.
Figured it out.
Chains, ropes, pulleys, tackles, right out.
Wow.
I mean, it was
I've seen videos of those guys putting a barn up, and it is fascinating how industrious and creative they are.
I should have recorded that one. Okay, so so this was the old market. It's 1950s refrigerator is still here, which somebody was obviously using as a bookcase.
Wow.
I've had a lot of people come through, thinking they're going to put a deli here. This can actually work.
Oh, it does work.
It can work. It just has a condenser in it, just a normal condenser. But everything is so well sealed on this.
What year is this, you think?
I'm going to say probably 1940s.
Yeah. That's a piece of art.
Yeah. It really is. It's whatever happens with this, it's staying in the building.
Yeah, definitely. One, because it's too big to move.
These are the original walk-ins.
Oh yeah.
These actually date from the from when the building was built.
So that big door in the back was going into here.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. So the crane and everything would put your supplies.
So
up into here.
one of the things I essentially agreed to do was to leave a lot of this stuff in. And anyone who looks at the space, I tell them, you this has to stay.
It's your storage closet.
Make an office out of it or something.
That is amazing.
Yeah. There's actually 2 of them.
Hardware is in great shape. Wow.
Its original box in there. I mean, these could be made to work. If someone just put a condenser in it, it would work.
It's like an old bank vault.
Yeah,
those
I love
are amazing.
the old heaters here.
Oh yeah.
These actually still work. They're like workhorses, these things. They will heat this place. Yeah, so Philbrook's Market was really the hub of this town. This market was open for like 60 years.
When did it go out of business, or when did it leave here?
I would say probably 15 years ago.
Encyclopedia collection.
I think that there were just tons of these law books around here. So, this is the area that the fellow.
All the cool doors.
Yeah. I'll open one for you. There was a wall here when I bought it. This was, and I was tearing the wall down because I was walking around and I would see doors and windows on the outside, but then I'd come in here.
There was a wall over the window.
The whole thing had a wall over it, drywall.
Oh wow!
And I would see doors.
And couldn't figure it. What?
So one day I just came with a hammer and just knocked it.
That's a trap door.
Yeah, that leads to the basement.
That's fascinating.
So these here, really great doors. And this here, so I can get that. What is it? Is it stuck in here? Well, let's see if this will work out. close up on me. Yeah, this thing is stuck, but this thing here it normally does open. Did I screw this shut? I don't have my glasses, but no, I think it's just stuck for the time being.
Oh well, it's old, isn't it?
But let me see.
Don't break it.
No, I must have closed that with something. Oh yeah, I forgot. Has a little screw here.
All right.
I gotta find another one of these. There we are.
Aha.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were substituting it with this one.
That's super cool. I have never seen a door like that.
So these eventually are going to just really look great.
Mm-hmm.
The hardware is in really good shape.
Yep.
They close
nicely.
Yeah, they just need work. And interestingly enough, I found that a great deal of this is cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I do before I start working on anything is I thoroughly clean it.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that right away, 25%, I'm already 25% where I need to get to.
Right. Just need a little cleaning up.
You got to clean it up and first see what it is you're dealing with.
Yep.
And yeah, this is I mean, it really, this window's in such good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Its original thing here. All of these were restored in the apartment on the other side. So I do most of my own glass cutting and stuff myself. I've gotten pretty good at it.
Learning. Jack of all trades now.
It's either cut the glass or drive 10 miles over.
Have somebody do it.
And have someone do it. Yeah, I found this door. This door is going here, where there used to be a door. Wow. With a transom above it. So it's a beautiful door.
It is.
Really amazing. Imagine how nice this thing is going to look like
when you clean it up.
Scrape it. If I had a scraper and 15 minutes, because this is going to come off quick.
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes, this thing will look entirely different.
Yeah.
It would just be then.
I love all the intricacies and cuts and carvings and old stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably I'll use I have a sand
blaster.
Yeah. That I can use to just gently get this stuff out, because I found the more you dig, you lose your definition.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, you want to keep the sharp cuts.
Yeah, it's a nice door.
That'll come off. Yep.
Put a piece of glass in here. I'm on my way. So hopefully I'll get a tenant for this place. And so this side of the building underwent sort of, I would say, pretty extensive renovations in the I'm going to say the 1950s.
Okay.
It's got its original wainscoting, and I've been sort of taking up layers of flooring to get down to its original wood floor, which is going to be the same one like I was taking this thing out. Just essentially putting it back. That's really restoring its original. These are just apartments, and they're just they've been really wrecked. Like, just ceilings have been dropped. Look at the ceiling difference in ceiling height between this and this.
Oh wow!
Like, why would you even do this? I mean,
so what are these are from the 50s? You think?
I would say, and one of the ways I know that's
from the 70s.
Yeah, is
because we had that in the living room.
I did a lot of research on the cabinetry, and so I know when a lot of the make and model of this stuff.
Okay.
And this is American Standard, and this is from around 1953 or 1954.
Yeah.
I can date this by the handles.
Handles.
Yeah. You can actually go online, the handles and the hinges, and you can find American Standard's catalogs.
You can find this old hardware?
No, but you can find the catalogs online.
Oh, okay.
And by searching through the catalogs,
and figure out what year it is.
So you can tell when it was put in.
So you're going to sand this up to original wood?
So here it is.
This is nice, this one.
Beautiful.
Yep.
I mean, the one thing that I don't have to mess with here is floors.
Yeah.
I'll rent a floor sander, Cost me $50 for the day. I'll put some 40 grit on it to start with and just rip this thing. Right.
So you're just gonna glaze it over, or
Yeah, like the one in the apartment downstairs, that floor was no stain or anything. A 40, then 120, and then on goes the poly.
yeah.
So, you know, in here, the rooms are not laid out right. I'll relay them out. Like there's no window in here. I can't, you know, you can't have a windowless bedroom.
Dungeon. Oh yeah.
There's no window.
Yeah.
So I have to reconfigure the rooms here into something that, you know, like there was a window here, but when they built that chimney thing, which is right out there, they
took the window
closed
out.
the window.
Oh, gotcha.
So I lost it. So mainly up here, it's finding a way of making this back into a space someone can live in, putting ceiling heights back.
This is like 30s or 40s
Yeah.
deco.
It's all just new.
The curves.
Bathrooms are terrible. Like, these are all guts.
Yeah.
And
So how many apartments are up here?
there are 4 units on this floor.
Okay.
So I like the
The little
yeah.
bar. Yeah, that's cool.
They did a lot of. Someone was very good with carpentry. So
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I say this is actually a well laid out unit.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, it's well laid out. It has windows in every room.
It's lit. Yeah.
It's the ceilings are all at the right height. You know, if I can,
The color's all wrong though.
like it's funky stuff like this. I don't
What
really get this, but you know,
what is it?
that's the stairwell where we. Can,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
So I'll probably just combine this room with this one, and make it a big 1-bedroom. You know, push this wall back a little bit to make a little smaller bedroom, a little bigger living room. It's mainly just stuff like that. Get down to the wood floors, so here they are.
yeah. I like this one. Yep.
Yeah. Some of them are, you know, it's like every one of them is different in terms of what you have to do.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Yeah, I really, like, it all gets saved. Unfortunately, that one's gone.
Oh, okay.
One of the guys there was a lot of garbage in the building. And the guys who were taking the garbage out also took out some of the stuff. You know, that's in his kitchen. But I'll just have somebody come in and just remake it, you know, like that one.
Yeah.
So this stuff's been around for a long time.
Got some original fixtures too.
Yeah,
got a
I
light
like that
fixture.
one.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's interesting that you can tell this original ceiling.
Yeah.
So this is the height that all of these should
Be. Yeah.
You know. That's a lot. Breaking out ceilings and putting them back in is an enormity of work. I would say this is my favorite apartment right here. It's just with the window.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah. It's wood floor.
It's very light in here.
Oh,
It's nice.
corner, original ceiling heights.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is my favorite too.
Yeah.
Lots of windows.
This is going to be a nice 1-bedroom for somebody. You know, again, bringing up plumbing and electrical is, and then it's just all cosmetic after that. Some people would walk in and be like, oh my God, but you know what? After I've done so many units that.
That's not how you see it.
No, I can.
See the potential.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's just getting rid of stuff. You should have seen this when I bought the building.
I can only imagine.
It was full of garbage and carpeting in here and.
Do you have rats or
No,
No.
I've never seen one.
No. Isn't New York famous for rats though?
But as I told my girlfriend, I said, Steph, we can't. The first thing you have to do with a place like this is empty it.
Yeah.
Because you can't think. You
Yeah,
can't
no, it's
look
too-
at a space
too busy in your
and
head.
envision what you can do because you're looking at so much stuff. So I was undecided about what to do with this place. Then the real estate broker was like, okay, we're going to go up. When I got to the top of the stairs, I looked at her and said, I'll take it.
Sold.
It's honestly exactly.
Show me what
Okay,
sold you.
This is going to be a mess.
Go up the secret stairway here to, wow.
So eventually, hopefully in 12 to 24 months, this is going to be my living space.
Wow.
And my stuff's already up here. My books are here. I'm an avid reader. Mm-hmm. And when the pigeon shit was cleaned out for the first time, I would come up and spend an hour a day reading and just drinking a beer and taking a break. Mm-hmm. But when the windows all went out to be worked on, the pigeons came back. So now it's got to be all cleaned out again. But this is a 1 in a million.
Oh, it definitely is.
So they had silent movies here for a while. This is the piano. They would play the accompaniment on here. And I've had multiple people have reached out wanting to buy this thing.
Do you know what year it is?
I really don't. Chickering,
Boston. Somebody knows what year this is, and that's why they're wanting it.
I've learned that. Whenever someone says, "I'll take it,"
I'll take it.
Or they always say, "Hey, listen, you want to get rid of this thing?"
Yeah.
You know. So it's there they are.
Oh, there you are.
The twin brothers.
Yep. Hi guys.
So
you're about to be evicted.
This mural back there depicts some of the local mountain ranges, and is original to when the place was built. Dressing rooms on the left and right, and what we have, so you can see the amount of garbage. As a matter of fact, those chairs, I don't even know why they're piled up in there, because those are original to the building.
Yeah, you should save
Yeah,
those.
I've got to pull them. In fact, I'm gonna have to go
What
through.
about the barrel?
I'm gonna have to go through all of this.
So I would keep.
Yeah.
Oh, and stuff like this, I would keep.
I have to go through all of this. Because,
Clean it up and use it as a prop somewhere.
I told them save the chairs. So this was sort of the first round of, So these are
Is this a boat?
no.
Oh, it's a drop.
Drops.
Backdrop. Yeah.
And so there's sort of an elaborate pulley system. I've actually been up inside of this. I'm working my way around, screening out the pigeons.
Okay.
I'm about halfway around. I've
Oh, they're
decided.
living up in the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't. Every time we clean, 6 months later we have this.
Right.
So until they're screened out, it's a process.
Yeah.
You just have. But I've decided that I don't want to be back up in there without a harness on.
It looks a little sketchy.
Yeah, I actually had worked my way all the way around to that opening, and being that high up without a harness.
Yeah.
You're talking about a floor that was put in,
Oh, yeah.
many years ago.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me up there.
Yes. So, but the beams are very strong that support the roof. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put a rope system across from front to back on both sides that I can click to.
Okay.
With a 15-foot rope. So if I fall through, I can lower myself down
Right.
to the floor. So underneath the stage here, there are some stairs there. I found all of the shutters for the entire building
Oh wow.
piled up underneath the stage, and including
It's like it's finding a little treasure here and there.
there's an old bowler
wow.
here, and some
This is like early 1900s
yeah,
stuff.
some women's shoes, and then some of the beers and stuff they used to drink back then. Wow. Bottles and
Topper ale.
Anyway, I'm gonna offer you one of these
Oh wow.
to take with you to
thank
remind you of your time spent in this building. Oh,
What does that say? Flask. Watanabe? How do you pronounce that? Watanabe?
I'm sure it's, if you type it in the internet somewhere,
Yeah.
probably some elixir or something that they used to sell, but all of this stuff is going with the piano eventually in an area in the building.
That everybody can
Yes,
look at.
because the town, the town knows that there's a theater here. They talk, hey, we hear that, but they've rarely been up here. It's been closed off for so long.
Yeah.
I think the last thing that went on here was a silent movies,
Wow.
and then it was closed up. So
It's got some history.
So here, I found these against the wall with trash piled up. These are painted canvas backdrops.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. And these were actually made in New York City. And on the back of it, it has the address. It's a place on West 33rd Street.
Wow.
And because obviously you'd have to go to New York's theater district to get something like this. And so they would order them from the city, and then written on the back is the send to address. Send to Starin Opera House, 32 Main Street, Fultonville. And they're constructed. You can see so that this one, so someone could enter the action through a door.
Right.
And see if it's actually original door in here.
Oh, here's the shutters you were talking about, right?
Yeah. So yeah, these are all piled up underneath there. I think one of these has its door.
Oh, wow. Yep. That's super cool.
So, yeah, a performer would sort of come through here, and he could enter the
Into the stage.
it opens on the inside. They're just beautiful. I mean,
They are, yep.
you
Oh, there's another one back there, too. Yep.
I keep them where the pigeons, So these would have to be very carefully cleaned. They probably won't look much better than this, but the production, the town historian told me the production for these dates from around 1890.
Wow.
I can't believe they actually made it.
Made it, yeah. I'm sure the fabric is very delicate.
Yeah. It's going to have to be backed with something,
Yeah.
to keep it. But I'll say this: the ceiling in here is obviously in terrible shape. But what I really loved about this place is that every single piece of woodwork is here. The wainscoting is fully intact. It goes all the way around. Every piece of the stage, it's all here.
Yeah.
So what I have here is a box. I have 4 walls and a ceiling that just needs to be
Cleaned up. Yep.
Again, first things first is just cleaning.
Yep.
Getting the pigeons out and cleaning, and getting the rest of my windows back on that side, so I can have the light coming in. But
Was there seating here at all?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was a dance hall.
Okay.
For a while, the bands would play up there.
Cool.
But all my life, I have, living in New York City, you dream about having a living space that is unique, like
This is definitely
something
unique.
that is just unique. And it's just, I could look for 1,000 miles around me, I wouldn't find a space like this. I never get tired of walking to the top of those stairs and turning the corner.
It is pretty amazing just to see the
People
grandeur
say,
of it.
You could build no walls here. No. It's just
you
going
don't
to
want to
stay.
partition it off. You want to leave it an open
I just want to
space.
clean it up. I'll slowly work on repairing the ceiling because this is a multi-year job.
Yeah.
If I can just get it replastered, then I can just bring some art student in from Pratt and say, listen, here's $5,000, you got 2 years.
Match the colors.
Yeah.
Match it up. Yeah.
Paint it back.
It can be done.
Yeah, there is enough. I've got enough of a corner over here. I've got a fully intact corner over there.
Yeah. Just mimic those.
Yeah.
Yep.
This has also been extensively photographed,
Okay.
so that if I lose, because parts of it,
Yeah. Crumbled.
yeah, I'll have to get a scaffold in here.
Yep.
And get up and come bring down everything that's loose. Because honestly, I've been walking around up here and had a piece fall down and missed me by 2 feet.
Yeah.
So hopefully I unpack my stuff one day and make a home out of it.
You seem happy.
I am.
And excited.
It's here. I just need to put the work in.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And daunting.
It is. But again, it's just 4 walls and a ceiling.
Right.
I get this place cleaned up, I will then think it out.
What are you going to use the stage for?
I think that I'm going to eventually put my books and stuff up there.
It's a lot of books.
You
got to read a lot more.
Make a little library, you know?
Thank you very much.
What is your name, by the way?
Andy.
Andy, it's been a pleasure. I'm alone up here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small town. I don't really know anybody. I rarely have anybody come by.
I'm on my way to Saratoga to go to the hot springs, and I saw the building, and I've been driving around the country, and I stop and I photograph old buildings, and this one was fascinating. So I got off and made my way over here, and I found a couple more, but I thoroughly appreciate you giving me a tour of this.
It has a history. It deserves to be brought back. It deserves to be a life. It deserves to have its life back to it.
Yep, it definitely does.
I won't finish it. Finish with a place like this is a relative term. There's always going to be something to do. But I do believe that I'll be able to at least stabilize it and get it on its feet.
Enjoy it.
I mean, in order to do that apartment we were in, all the plumbing beneath it had to be redone.
Wow.
So that whole side of the building has all new plumbing, all new electrical.
Yeah.
It has gone in downstairs. So that's a big part of it. And that's really, it doesn't cost much to clean up a place.
Right.
I could have all that hauled out for a couple
elbow
$1,000.
grease.
Yeah, it's plumbing and electrical. It's updating its utilities, things like that. So, yeah, here's this is definitely going to be hooked back up. I don't even know what half this stuff is. Oh yeah, that was actually in the building.
Yeah, that's fascinating. That's awesome.
They were having a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found, old Tom and Jerry's, and here, what did I say here? So, I was working, screening pigeons out up there, and I found a big wooden box. It was full of these old
newspapers?
Yeah, copies of the Herald.
Oh, wow.
What's the date on this? 1924. Yeah. There's a Sunday Mirror, Vanderbilt.
Wow. What year is that one? Oh my God. Wow.
So I think the workers used to, someone's old book of photographs. I'd love to get this back to the family.
Oh, wow.
I've been going through some of this stuff, trying to find anything that might link this back to the family it belonged to. I think
could be a local family right here.
I've been looking at the pictures, trying to see if there's any landmarks, any names or anything. But I do think that there's somebody out there that might want this.
Yeah. Personal item.
Yeah. I mean, everything's the internet now. What's in here is...
Yeah, you can do a photo search. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, interesting. In here, there's pictures of Hitler just elected Chancellor of Germany. They had no idea how dangerous the guy was. Yes, an ironing board here. Yeah, this is the old telephone. I can't see. It's been reconfigured to hook up to a regular line.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was on the wall here with the old electrical stuff. So this is definitely going to work one day. I'm going to hook this up. I'm going to put it on the wall.
And you're going to have the only landline around.
I will tell my friends.
I don't have a cell phone anymore.
If the phone rings and I answer it, I'm there.
Right.
If I don't answer it, I'm not there.
Right.
That's how it's going to be. Hello? Yeah.
This is awesome. Yep. Little TLC or a lot of TLC.
A lot of TLC.
Back down the secret staircase here. Is this the only way in and out?
Yes.
So you had to go through people's apartments here to come up and watch the films.
Actually, I think that there may have been. I think that there was another way up.
Otherwise, it'd be very loud.
Yeah, because I can't I can't see that, you know, there's a curved wall here. Because as I've been tearing stuff out, I'm half thinking that somewhere in here, there must have been an antelobby before you went up.
Yeah.
Like that.
For tickets and...
Yeah, because I found an old ticket thing. And that's the curve of the stairs.
Right.
And I just think that there was a gathering space.
You're going to find another secret room.
Yeah, I think there was some sort of gathering space. That's really good. They put brand new electrical in this one. This is $5,000 worth of work. So
there you go.
Yeah,
$5,000 ahead.
That's a good savings. Yeah. So there have been a succession of owners, but no one has ever really gotten it on its feet.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing that they really talked about, is that, you know, can you do this? Anyway, I'm gonna offer you one of these
Oh, wow.
to take with you to
thank
remind you of your time spent in this building.
Oh, where's that say?